You're listening to Rock at Night.
Rock at night, we rock all day. Rock at night just to get some pay. We're ready to love, I'm only this time. A night, right.
This is Charisse at Rock at Night magazine. Today we are speaking with Formal Sppeedwear, and they are a group that I saw in May when I was in London, and I was really intrigued by them. Today we're joined by Beck, Charlie, and Connor. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Are you in London right now? Where are you located?
No, nowhere near.
Yeah, we're in like West Midlands of England.
Oh,
We're
you're
in
in Stoke-on-Trent?
Stoke, yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if you actually... So you still live in Stoke-on-Trent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All three of us.
It's funny, when I heard you guys were from Stoke-on-Trent, I thought of Northern Soul. Weren't
Yeah.
there
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of
Yeah, it was
bars?
huge.
And I mean, that was a real hub for Northern Soul.
Yeah, it was the hub for a while, I think.
Yeah.
Are you
Well,
guys,
here in Wigan,
do you
really.
like that kind of music? Do you like Northern Soul?
Definitely.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, cool.
That style of like bass playing is what I wanted to like pilfer when I first started. There's loads of like kind of that Motown, a lot of Motown moves when I didn't really know what to do. Like when I was first like writing full songs, I just kind of dropped, splashed them in wherever I could.
Well, I actually do hear a lot of funk in your music.
Yeah.
So the way you slap the bass and everything, there's definitely a lot of funk and kind of disco. There's just a lot going on in there. And I do hear a little bit of R&B. I'm actually from Detroit originally.
Oh, no,
From
nice.
Motown. Yeah, but I'm in Tampa right now, so you're speaking to me in Tampa, Florida right now.
Brilliant.
Just out of curiosity, before we go on, has anybody from the United States ever spoken to you guys?
That guy that
I think
who was it? Who was that guy with the glasses? The really cool guy.
Oh, he was just he was a potential live agent, I think. But no, we've never had. I don't think we've ever had an interview with.
No,
Oh, okay,
nothing
cool.
official, have we? No.
So let's
Yeah.
introduce you guys to the United States.
Thank you.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about your music. I hear Talking Heads. I hear XTC. I hear your voice is a little bit like Andrew Ballou and David Byrne. I mean, you've got a lot going on. Did you grow up with your parents perhaps listening to the 70s kind of music? What did you guys grow up listening to?
Yeah. Well, loads of my mum's car was full of all the Motown stuff that you've already mentioned, and like the kind of that 60s is kind of, I don't know, period. She enjoyed a lot of like the psychedelic and the rock stuff as well, a lot of folk and like the Small Faces and things like this, and the Ronettes and all this sort of very kind of like, again, like it's just soulful music all the time. And then my dad grew up in Stoke, but he was always kind of traveling around for like football and stuff, and then he was introduced to music through that. So like a lot of like the early indie and kind of Manchester kind of sounding things that also lift all the a bunch of influences from the 60s. So I suppose that's kind of the thread that binds all of my earliest tastes together. I think you seem to have like a similar sort of exposure.
Yeah, my dad's a bass player, so and was really into like funk and soul and blues, and as you would be being a bass player. So I think got me onto a lot of that stuff pretty young. Yeah. So that's I think that's where a lot of my background comes from. And my mum was really into like rock, like really heavy like 80s rock and like hair metal and stuff like that. So that's kind of there's sort of a
Like
sort of a
like your
car crash.
Def Leppard or your
Yeah,
arena
totally.
rock. Yeah.
Yes, and all that kind of stuff. Motley Crue. And then my dad was into like James Jamerson and the Motown stuff and Stax, and then like James Brown and blues players like Stevie Ray Vaughan and all these kind of people. So that is kind of strange. I had kind of a strange musical upbringing, I think.
I mean, yeah, to make it a little bit stranger, I basically just from my dad's side, just entirely dance music, just all trance. I mean, it's probably where quite a lot of my kind of production values have come from. Everything quite digital, but I basically grew up on dance music.
Well, your music is definitely danceable. And that's one of the things I like about it, to be honest. And I noticed there's a real trend over there with kind of a disco dance type sound. We're not really getting that over here.
No.
No, that's I was over there working on stories on the underground scene in London,
All right.
and it's more rock and metal here.
All right.
But
Well,
she's
it's funny because I think my last three favorite records are all American. Like, and we take like so much. I think our I know my kind of gold standard for guitar parts and strange kind of nuances in music are all come from bands like Omni and Ort and Cola and stuff like this, and Preoccupations and all that, who are all kind of Canadian American bands. I can't think of a current. Can you think of a current UK band that we kind of take a lot of inspiration
No, not really.
No, I got nothing.
from? Yeah.
well of old bands. Some of your stuff kind of sounds like early King Crimson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that, definitely.
I mean, that's I love Fripp.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, the guitar work and everything. One thing that really impressed me when I saw you guys live is when you played live, you're just a trio, but you sound so big. And I thought maybe you had a keyboard player, but you're doing all the synthesizer sounds with a guitar.
Yeah.
Somewhat, yeah. I mean,
Let's talk about that.
That's
techniques.
a Charlie question, I think.
yeah. I mean, there are a lot of actual synthesizers going on as well, but I'm using it's basically just all delays and pitch shifting and God knows what I'm looking at. Well, a few of them right now next to me, but it's a lot of digital nonsense going on with my feet that tries to do more than one thing. While it would, to make up for the fact I've only got two hands for a lot of intricate bits.
What particular pedals are you using?
Let's see, what am I looking at now? There's a little thing here called a banana. It's literally just called. I don't know. I think it's called a banana. And that's doing a lot of pitch shifting. So I'm playing one note and it's coming out to different notes. And I'm playing with that as well. So a lot of melodies come out of, me doing something quite sparse and that kind of filling in the gaps melodically. And then going back to the hair metal thing as well, I use it's a pitch shifter, but it's more of a doubling effect, and it's entirely stolen from Van Halen to make that kind of sound that gets that one guitar player sounding like there's three of them going at the same time. It's I completely lifted it from Van Halen because I mean those records sound absolutely huge as well.
Mm-hmm.
Lifted from your life. Too much happened, left too much not left behind. But a bitch cost like a knife, bump into
philosophy. You put me hustle here with it's your philosophy. Why? Don't you limit? I just it's hard as well. You get to work. It is endearing, it's like turning out the light. You put your arm into it. I feel belonging somewhere. You know this already, but you're wasting your time. Like in a vision, like out in my head. Touch up that fever, I'm feeling it flying. I feel this one alive. What was that you told me? Ditch goes back and back and bump into life. I cannot believe it when you open my eyes. Ship course invitation turning inside. Well, just believing, but if I start leaving, I come once again. Once again. Oh, it's too bottom.
Live, you sound like your recorded music. And I read that you guys originally recorded your music on cassette with old equipment. What's the story with that?
That's a bet question, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of the first four songs. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the EP that's like been taken down now, but I have I got a copy of it. I don't know, I've got it knocking around. But
I've not got
Your
mine.
EP's on Bandcamp.
There's
Yeah.
there's a-
It
there's a-
came out in 2024 and I listened to it. Yeah.
there is a secret record too, which has been taken down before that.
So that was a lockdown. That was like a COVID-19 project, and that my goal there was to start to finish it on this tape machine that I'd recently purchased. So all of that is, all of that is done without the aid of a computer, and then.
There you go. That's it. Someone's selling. Can you see that? Someone's selling one on Discogs, but we don't
I
have a
see
copy
a picture
anymore.
of a golden retriever there. Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the cassette.
There's one just sold on Discogs for £50.
That's
There's
the
another
one. That was that one.
which is on there now. It's out, it's out of print and you can't get it.
I've got a copy somewhere, but I've got no idea where.
Yeah.
I paid for as a fan.
I think we'll probably do something later on with like a compilation and put some of the really early stuff out. Maybe. I don't know.
It should do.
Well, I see you do have an album coming out, Punch Card.
Yes. Yeah.
What's the date that it is coming out?
September 11th.
Yeah, it's the 11th
Okay.
September.
And so Punch Card is basically a compilation of all the stuff you've been working on the last few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's
It's a refinement. I mean, we've got, looking back here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 songs that didn't make it on, and then we've got a bunch more that kind of in development. And it's a 12-track EP album. Sorry,
LP.
LP. Yeah, so it spans 3 years of work, I think.
Yeah, we work quite slowly,
Thereabouts.
quite piecemeal. So it's the intention was always for it to be one body of work, but it's just taking us quite a long time to quite a long time to finish it.
I'm glad that it was given enough time to kind of accrue the taste making element and the direction that it has, because I don't think it would have sounded anything like how it does now if it had come out a year prior, especially not a year prior to that. So I'm glad we waited, and I'm glad we were pedantic, and I'm glad we refined kind of what we value in productions and stuff like this, and had loads of fucking arguments.
Well, when you guys started out, did you form during COVID?
No, so because I was locked up in this very room. I'd set out to, because I realized that the music that I was listening to, like, kind of bear no resemblance to the music that I was making. So I thought, right, I'll have a pop at doing, because I always listened to the same music since I was quite young. I was like, right, I'll have a go at making these just kind of on my own. Since I started making music, I'd always set out to do kind of everything by myself. If I can't do each part, like, I wanted to be able to. And then once it was released, and once everywhere started opening up again, I was offered a show. I was like, this will be quite, I don't know. I didn't trust I had the kind of the showmanship to kind of pull it off on my own. I wanted, I wanted somebody to kind of take the pressure off on stage. So I asked Charlie and Connor, who I was hanging around with, and we were working together on separate things at the time, if they'd kind of play the first show, and then off the back of the first show, we got an immediate offer for another show. It's like, right, well, this can be a real thing, and I've wanted to collaborate with people for so long. You know, I see so much value in it. You know, I love it to bits. I wouldn't change it, you know, for the world. It's cracking, and I'm so glad I did. So after I think it was after the first show that it was like, yeah, I want input writing, and I want input producing and generating sounds and ideas and stuff like this. I never anticipated it being a band. I wanted it to get a cassette release, and then the world could forget about it, and I could kind of push it to one side. And
so it was just kind of a project that you were working on, and you never expected it to blow up like this.
Well, yeah, I think the reason it sounds the way it does is because I wasn't expecting anybody to hear it. I intentionally lent quite heavily into like the corny kind of ridiculous, you know, subject matter and songs, and kind of very sugary production. And you know, I'd never sung really before, so all the vocals are exceedingly rough and stuff like this. And I was just like, I just want, if I buy 20 blank cassettes, then I'll have an objective. I'll have something to work towards, and I'll write however much music I can fit onto, you know, a 15-minute cassette, and then that'll just be what I spend my time during COVID doing. And then, much to my surprise, I actually followed through with it. And then I think because there's such a great kind of enthusiasm that the UK seemed to pick up on, whereby a lot of prints being sold, a lot of, you know, songs being written and sold, zines and short films and stuff. Everybody was so desperate to like consume something kind of handmade, that the cassettes sold quite well, I think, and that I'd never released something like that myself, but I'd kind of always tried to implement myself into the music scene. So when I think when I first made something that you could actually buy, a lot of people were excited to get it. I think that did a lot for the kind of trajectory of the band.
So were you kind of a hobbyist in a sense? Are you a full-time musician, or do you have another trade, just out of curiosity?
I'm not a full-time musician. I just do, yeah, I think whenever it takes me, I just kind of park up in here for a few hours and write tracks. But you're probably the closest towards achieving full-time musicianship.
Yeah, I play with quite a lot of other this is the thing that I do most. This is that, and this is the one I'm creatively involved in. I write and help produce and record parts that aren't drums and all that stuff. But then also I play drums in quite a few other projects as well, sometimes for money. And so I think me and Charlie are probably more. What's the term, like life? Like, I don't know. Like I can't do anything else really other than music. I'm pretty terrible at what else. So
I tried to do other things to make money, but I'm shit at them. I'm currently trying to find another job to keep myself going, but hopefully it'll have something to do with music this time around.
Like the point that we're at, I think it sort of demands
time
thing, which we don't get paid full time for, obviously. So
yeah, it's a toss up
where it's self-sustaining, but it isn't that way currently. That's just the way that
if it could pay rent, it'd be the absolute dream, wouldn't it?
I totally get it. I mean, most of us we have the day job, and then we have what we really like to do. Yeah. That's just the way it is. And COVID to me was almost it was a curse, but it was a blessing, because it was the only time that I had to put our magazine into print. Yeah, I mean, we've been around since 2014 online, and I finally had the time to sit down, and I swear the best music came out after COVID. Everybody has been writing, and now we're starting to run a little slim because everybody put the music out. Now it's getting to be a little bit of a drought, but it was an interesting time period. I don't want to go back to it.
I think a lot of people are hesitant to say that they enjoyed it, and quite naturally. But I am definitely in that camp. I didn't realize how desperate I was, how thirsty I was to kind of just have like an all-permitting kind of elongated period where it's like I can exact a creative idea. It's crazy that this came out of that, because I don't know if that was to come around again, like now I've got this kind of foundation to kind of pool all of my efforts into. Like God knows what would come out. We might have an album by the end.
I wouldn't mind feeling like that again. No, I wouldn't mind feeling like that again. That I feel some way I could use my head. I wouldn't mind feeling like that one more time. But if I knew then what I know now, if I knew
Now that you're a trio, do you all write music together?
Okay.
Sometimes, and also separately. It's pretty hands on. We work differently live than we do in the studio too. So in the studio, we all play everything. I mean, Beck plays bass and I play drums, but other than that, we all play keys, we all play guitar parts. It's very much part of the way that we do things is that we'll write together or we'll write separately and then smash ideas together in the studio, and then we'll have to work out how to even approximate doing it live.
Yeah, I'm currently in the process of trying to work that out for one of the new ones.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make about 3 guitar parts fit into one right now, which is fun.
Well, that's why I was amazed at how good you guys sounded live, because the recorded music and the live sounded very similar. And I read you all are multi-instrumentalists too. You all play several instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all cross over. It's like all cross over into the keys and guitar part, really, isn't it? So
yeah. I mean, I could do a drum tape, but you can program drum ideas and things like this, and I couldn't. The good part about not being in a room altogether really is that you're allowed to refine again. You're allowed to kind of toy and manipulate an idea until you're happy with it, and then that's such a great kind of springboard for whoever listens to it next, and their ideas are usually a lot more potent and a lot more kind of immediate when they have something to jump off of, as opposed to everybody being in the room is like, whoa, what the fuck should we do right now? This sort of empty canvas problem.
I think collaboration brings fresher music in my opinion. I know I play music too, and sometimes I plateau. You know what I mean? You run out of ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
someone else will come up with something and thought, oh man, I wish I had thought of that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool that you do that. Let's talk about your live gigs. Do you have any tours coming up? What's going on? Let's say in the next until 2027. What's going on with you guys?
Yeah, we've got quite a lot at the end of this year. Well, starting in a couple of weeks. We're playing a few festivals in England, and then we've got a headline tour at the end of October into November, where we're going to do the album in full across mostly England. But yes, quite a few dates on that, and then we're finishing that off by going to Airwaves Festival in Iceland as well, which we've never played and we're very, very excited about doing.
yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah.
We've got I suppose if you needed like a document of that, our Instagram is always like the most up to date of what we're playing and when, and it's kind of tricky right now because there's so many coming up and there's so many things in between, like music video shoots and
single releases, radio stuff. Yeah.
So
we do also have we have a live in session on BBC Radio 6, which is
wow.
When's that? Is it the 4th? Something of August, 3rd or 4th, isn't it?
Yeah, the 3rd of August, which is
3rd.
Okay.
coming up pretty soon.
And that will be online too, so people can listen to it. Great.
Yeah, the last one went down quite well. We got a few bootlegs from it, which was interesting.
Well, I saw the videos online look great of you guys. And they look professionally done. I mean, I was real happy with it. With looking at it, in the future, do you plan to go outside into the EU, or what are your goals?
Yeah, I mean, we've played a couple shows. We played in Paris last year. We've done Left of the Dial
in Rotterdam. That was
Rotterdam. We would really, really like to make it across the States. I think we're looking at we're applying for South by Southwest next year. So
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We're applying this year for next year. So if we can raise the funds to do that, we would very.
I was gonna say it's just a case of funding and visas and whatnot, isn't it? It's a bit of a minefield right now for us.
Wow, all the way to Texas there. Have Have you ever been to the States? Have you guys ever been over
I've
here?
I've never been. You've been on your
Me
car.
neither.
I've been quite a few times. I've never played music in the States, but I've been a couple times. Yeah, I've been to Florida a couple times too as well.
It's hot here.
It was, yeah, I can imagine
I'll
it's hot.
tell
Yeah.
you that.
I went last year and it was like unbearably hot.
We're almost out of time. What are some things that you would like the public to know about you, your music, or the band before we depart?
Ooh, that's
I think the biggest one that I always like. I think my biggest sense of pride is knowing that we do it all ourselves.
Yeah, I guess that's probably it for
it's-
me.
It's in-house music video editing. We kind of compose the shots in our own band photography. We design all of the posters, make all the reels. We produce all of the music and record all of the music and mix it. And we choose our mastering engineer. Everything. I can't.
Yeah.
We've got some other professionals working on us as part of the as part of the album promotion. So we've got like a really talented photographer called Jacob who has started doing a few stills for us, and we've got other.
I saw his pictures.
Yeah,
You did a bunch of poses on the road, on the street, black and white. Yeah, I saw those.
He's very, very clever.
I think the ethos of the band has always been, with the exception of we have a great live agent, we have a great label. Everything else has just been, we want to try and do as much of it as possible. Every facet of it, whether it's visual or audio, or essentially how we communicate, we want that to be us, and it has been so far, and hopefully will continue to be.
It's a whole artistic package, graphics wise, music wise.
Well, I mean, like you said, it's like I have no problem being like a hobbyist. Like I would do this whether anybody listened or not. I like,
you're making music you like, not for you, and you're not trying to make it generic for radio play or whatever.
Yeah. Well,
that's why I like it.
I quite guiltily enjoy assigning like a visual motif to music and to or films. Like I like making film posters. I like making band posters, album covers, and stuff like this. So a great deal of the reason this started was because actually I thought I'd quite like to design a J card for a cassette and stuff like this, or like some stickers, or they're very much kind of intrinsically linked.
I haven't heard anybody out there like you guys. I listen to a lot of bands. I see stuff every day, and I think that's why you caught my eye.
Oh, thank you.
It's to me, it goes back to my youth, like listening as a teenager to new wave and, like the late 70s, 80s music. And I can't think of any contemporary bands that are doing that.
Well, that's the great.
To be
stuff.
honest, like yours. Other than, like I said, there's a new trend over there. Your bands like Warm Doucher, it's more of a dance, kind of disco-y, kind of funky. I'm a huge fan of Viagra Boys.
Yeah.
I saw them last year and shot pictures of them, and there's just a new trend. There's another group called Kick Boy out of South London. I saw them at the Old Blue last when I was there. But yeah, I mean, you guys are cutting edge right now.
There's a great band in the States that they're on the same record label as us. I'm not sure where they're from in the States, but they're called Abracadabra, and they are excellent. And they have that kind of they sound like ESG or.
I need to check them out.
Tom Club, mate.
Tom Club, yeah, they have that kind of, and I think you probably really like that. They're excellent.
Try Pink Lady Monster as well.
Oh yeah, they're fantastic.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
They're another really cool band that have that kind of like 70s disco-y.
Yeah. I think kids want to dance again, I think that's they want to be able to groove. I like that funk kind of sound, you know.
Well, they're all the same age as us. They're all kind of mid to late 20s, and they, you know, I don't know. I feel like I do feel like it wasn't comprehensively kind of. I didn't think it had a full response the first time round. I think there was a lot of things left unsaid in these sort of genres of music. And I'm glad that you can put like, you know,
Yeah, people probably when they first heard your music didn't know how to take it. Maybe how to. It was.
I mean, yeah, I expect like the very first stuff was a lot more. I don't know if it was more palatable. It was a lot more kind of
more poppy.
It was. I would use the word like it was maybe like childish, not necessarily in a bad way. Not
It's quirky. It's quirky.
Yeah, I think the stuff that I did at the very start was kind of like very like my first storytelling sort of project, and then now it's, you know, with all of the input and all of the kind of lived experiences through playing live and being together for as long as we have, it's kind of, I don't know, it's crystallized into something that is because we were struggling to like land on exactly how we wanted to sound for a while, and now I think that when people hear this record, it'll be like, oh, okay,
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense now. That I didn't really know first, you know.
Well, to me, it's kind of quirky, and when I listen to it, I don't even know which direction it's going to go, and it's unpredictable.
Perfect.
Nice. Yeah.
Exactly.
I like it.
Excellent.
That's what makes it fresh.
Yeah. No, that's what we're doing for.
It's not repetitive.
I don't really care what it sounds like as long as it has that quality to it. You know, it's I think it'll always sound like us. That's the gold standard though. So I'm glad you said that.
Trying to live in that middle ground where it's like,
well, that's
it's
how like
poppy, it's kind of weird, and it's
XTC was like
totally,
that. It would go in weird directions, and you know, all of a sudden a chorus comes up, and then it slows down, and then you know, it's
XTC is what I think they're great. Well, you know, they're one of my favorite bands ever, and we really like them. They're fantastic. They're a great example as well of like they constantly changed how they sounded like. They were poppy, they were hooky. There's elements of the '60s stuff in there, but it's kind of weird and avant-garde in places. And
they've got their big album that all the audio files by, where it's like fucking, you know, 10 clarinets fucking in one ear and you know, like whale song in the other ear. Like this sort of like, is it Spirit of Eden?
That's total.
No, like that's like these 80s bands like kind of
like this,
get a bit later on and they're like, right,
they go from they move from that kind of poppy thing into like they can just do what they like, so they go crazy. The
Scott Walker thing.
Scott Walker and Blue Nile and all those bands.
Yeah. Write a bunch of pop songs that allow you to write a load of nonsense.
Well, thanks a lot, guys, and I will keep in touch, and I'll let you know when this is up. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Cheers for having us. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
You're listening to Rock at Night.